Hi friends, welcome to VJ Designer YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to show you how we can make a 3D mockup of animal theme for birthday in 3ds Max and using Adobe Illustrator. I just open 3ds Max. Here I have one wall and a table for the decoration. I just draw for wall hangings, uh, rope for wall hangings using my line tool. I just draw rope here and I just apply shader for this. Just press M and you can apply various shader for this, and I just duplicate this rope. I just adjust some vertices up and down, and I just duplicate. If you copy, just duplicate these two ropes. We have Illustrator opened here. I have made some creatives of animals in Illustrator, and just export this in a JPEG format. Just go to file, export. I just open the exported JPEG in Photoshop. I just using my magic tool, I just select background and Control I for reverse, and right click and make work path, and you have tolerance here. You just give one to export and paths to Illustrator. You just import exported outline in 3ds Max and select all the lines, and you just go to modify and extrude it, and select all the mesh and just give one white shader using material editor. Just press M and you will get material editor, and you just apply on white shader and join. You just attach all the mesh and select all the faces, and you just apply one more material with all the animal textures in that. Now you just detach all the meshes so that we can arrange the shapes according to your design. Just select all and rotate it 90 degree. I just place it in front of that wall and just arrange that animals on that wall hangings, so that we can resize some shapes accordingly. You can arrange the shapes along that wall. Then we have some leaf shape here. I just opened it in Photoshop and just make outliner, and I just import that outline in 3ds Max, and you just attach all the lines and go to modify and extrude it. You just give that leaf texture to this, and you just give UV map. I just place this leaf on that roof. It looks very environment of animal theme. I just arrange these leaves along that roof. Make it smaller and bigger kind of leaves. Holding shift you just duplicate and make it instance, so that you can change if any shader to on that leaf, all the shaders for all the leaves it will apply. Next I will create name board using my arc. I just make it enable render and enable in viewport. I just make it as center alignment. Here I have name board textures in Illustrator. I just export in JPEG, and I just open it in Photoshop, and using my magic tool I just select the background and control I for reverse and export it in Illustrator outline. So here I just import in 3ds Max. I first I need to turn off this enable in render and enable in viewport. So now you just extrude. Here I just attach all the meshes and select all these faces and apply that animal shader on this mesh, and just UV map and detach this all the meshes, so we can easily arrange along that roof. You just rotate it and take it to front of that wall. I just make it bigger size, and I just arrange these name boards along that roof. You just arrange these shapes along that roof. So for roof I just apply some shader. So we have done wall hangings and name boards, and next we have some centerpiece. Just make it uh, create artboard, and I just arrange that and export that artboard in JPEG. I just give a CP and export it in RGB, and just open it in Photoshop and select a background using my pen magic tool and just reverse it, Control I, and export this outline. Just drag and drop that outline in 3ds Max and just make it extrude, and you just apply that shader texture to this mesh, and you just apply UV map and rotate it and place it in front of that wall. I just copy some leaves. I just adjust behind this centerpiece so that it looks better. So these all the designs you can cut in sunboard. Here I have table and just make decor for table, and using my arc I just draw an arc and enable in render and enable in viewport, and you just apply on shader to that roof. And I have some designs made in Illustrator. I just export it in JPEG format and just open it in Photoshop, and you select the background and Control I for reverse, and you just go to export and pass to Illustrator, and you just open this outline in 3ds Max, and you just select all, just disable this enable in viewport and enable in and you just select all and extrude, and you just attach all and give that animal shader to this. Press M for material editor and you just apply the texture to this mesh, and you just give UV map here. Just detach all the meshes again, and just rotate and place it in front of that table. Just arrange these shapes along that roof. You just adjust this, all the shapes along this roof. You just copy some more shapes. Here we have elephant. I just place it here, and I just copy this leaf and I just arrange along the roof. And we are done with this table decoration. Now we have to make one cake on the table. I'm just making one cake here using my torus. I just draw some cake stand, and using cylinder you just create a base. I just using line tool. I just draw one stand here, and you just go to lathe tool. You just make a stand like this. I just place it on center of that base, and I am creating this cake using chamfer cylinder. I just place it on that stand, and I just duplicate one more, and I just modify that shapes. I just make some creamy kind of shapes using cylinder. You just add some segments, and using your lattice. Just select some edges and give it a ring, and holding control you just click on that face, and deselect some faces bottom and top, and make it bevel, and just give twist effect to this, so it looks like some creamy kind of this thing. So I just make it turbo smooth. I just arrange this creamy shape on that cake. Using my pivot point, make it in center. I just duplicate this creamy surrounding this cake. Just copy one more and make same uh, creamy shape along that cake. I just give shader to this stand and cake Here I have some theme color. I just apply to that cake. Using my art tool, I just draw some cloudy kind of a shapes to place on that cake, and you just extrude it and give some color to it. Just arrange along the cake. Here I just arrange this cloudy shape along this cake, and I just duplicate these things and just make it. Here we have some design circles. I just place it on that cake, and we are done with this cake design here, and just place it on that table. Just make it this cake in group, and we have done cake design here, and I have some design elements to place on that cake. I just export it in JPEG, and I just open it in Photoshop and make it pass to Illustrator. You just go to export and pass to Illustrator. Here I just import this outline in 3ds Max, and you just select both and extrude. Go to modify and extrude, and just attach both and apply the shader I have, and give UV map. Just detach both, and you just rotate it 90 degree, and you just place it on that cake. This is a part of cake design. Just place these cutouts on that cake. Just arrange these cutouts on this cake. Next I'm going to create this cap, birthday cap here, using my cylinder tool. Just draw on cylinder, and just convert to editable poly, and you just select upper vertices, and just scale it, and you just duplicate these caps. You just arrange on that table, and you just give some color and shader to these caps. I have theme color. I just use same color to this cap also. Okay, next I have some cupcake model here I have made previously, and I just use the same thing here. I just arrange this model, these cupcakes on this table. We need to make some cupcake top. uh, Using my line tool, I just make some sticks, just apply some shaders to stick, and I just place it all the cupcakes. And just go to Illustrator. I have some creatives for the cupcakes, cake top. Yeah, just export in JPEG. You just open it in Photoshop. Using magic tool, you just select background and control I for reverse and make it, and export in paths to Illustrator. Just open that outline in 3ds Max and make it extrude, and select all and attach all, and just apply that animal texture to this mesh, and UV map and detach all. So individual cups we can use these models. Rotate it and place it on that cake. You just uh, give each animal to each cupcake. I just arrange these models on that cupcake. I have done this cupcake top design, and next we have tabletop designs. I just export it in JPEG format and just open it in Photoshop, and you just using magic tool, you just background select and control I for reverse, and you just go to make it work path and export it in Illustrator, path to Illustrator, and you just import that outline in 3ds Max and attach all, and you just apply shader, that texture to this, and you just detach all the models and just rotate it and place it in front on that table. I need to make first, I need to make this uh, some decor stands here for these faces. Using my tube, I just draw some shape. Just draw one more cylinder shape here, and just increase some segments to, I need to make it in bend. So just attach both and bend it, and just make some standy kind of a shape, so that I can place that faces on that standy. So I have done this model and just want to apply some shaders to this. I have done this tabletop decor shapes. Just change some theme based colors, just apply on these models. I just place these faces on that standy shapes. You just adjust the shapes on that standee, and just duplicate one more, and just replace this fondy face on this stand. Just tilt it and arrange on that standee, and you just group all these things and place it on that table. Okay, we have done tabletop, and next we want to make some ceiling hangings. So we have some creatives for that. I just export it in JPEG format and open it in Photoshop, and just make Illustrator path for this, and just drag and drop it in 3ds Max, and select all and extrude all, and just scale, reduce the thickness, and you just attach all and apply this texture on this mesh, and make it UV map and detach all. So and rotate it and place it here front side. Using my line tool, I just draw some roof. Looks like roof is hanging from the ceiling. I just make some circle designs along that roof. I just place the shapes in between the circles. I just give some color to these circles. Theme color we have. I just duplicate this, and slightly you can change some colors and models here and there, and you just place some other animal shapes. You just duplicate one more. These are the hangings, so this we can place from through ceiling, and make group all these hangings, and you just arrange it regularly and place it here. Just place this animal faces on this cap. We have birthday cap. I just place this faces on this. Okay, I have done almost uh, designs. I just duplicate this hanging left side and make it instant. And here I have some interior design I have done, that I just import it. And here we have some ceiling lights. I just make some lighting here. V-ray light. I just place some lights. I just give some values. Here we have some window opening. I just place one light here. We have some consider lights here. I just place some V-ray IES lights here. And I just give some values. I just place these IES lights along this ceiling lights. I have done lighting. And I need to place some camera so that we can render through that camera. Okay friends, I have placed the camera here, front camera. I just go to render setup. Here we have output size, custom output size. And just make it image sampler here, bucket. Just on GI environment. And we have some render settings done here. I just make it a render. So it will take time for rendering. These are the render outputs we got in this design. Okay friends, this is how we can create some birthday themes using 3ds Max and Illustrator. Please like the video and share the video, and subscribe my channel. Thank you friends. Bye. See you. Take care.